On the vibrant planet Reed, under the cerulean sweep of its sky, the Doric Union buzzed with the energy of anticipation and hope. In the heart of its capital, the air vibrated with the hum of commerce and conversation, a testament to the Union's enduring prosperity. Yet, for all its focus on trade and diplomacy, today's excitement stemmed from a venture of a different kind, a venture into the unknown, led by Captain Aaron Voss. Captain Voss, a figure both respected and enigmatic, stood at the forefront of the assembled expeditionary force. Her eyes, reflecting the resolve that had carved her path through the ranks, scanned the eager faces of her crew. They were a small unit, selected for their expertise and their shared belief in the Union's mission to sow life across the stars. The target of their ambition lay millions of miles away, a planet known only by its designation ZR-359. To the untrained eye, ZR-359 was nothing more than a barren wasteland, a desolate desert world spinning silently in the outer rim of the galaxy. But where others saw desolation, the Doric Union saw potential. With their advanced agricultural technologies and age-old permaculture practices, they envisioned ZR-359 reborn, a testament to their role as providers of the universe. The preparations for departure unfolded at the spaceport, a sprawling complex that bridged the gap between the ambitions of a planet and the vastness of space. The spacecraft, the Perseverance, sat poised for launch, its sleek design a harmony of function and aesthetics. It was more than a vessel, it was a bearer of hopes, equipped with the latest in agricultural drones, or agridroids, designed to assess, cultivate, and nurture even the most inhospitable soils. As Captain Voss and her crew made their final checks, the intricate details of their mission equipment were laid bare. Each piece of technology, from the soil analyzers to the water reclamation units, represented a link in the chain that bound them to their vision of greening ZR-359. The crew's expertise spanned a wide range, from botanists and geologists to engineers and soldiers, each member a crucial part of the mission's tapestry. The crew's motivations were as varied as their backgrounds. For some, like Lieutenant Mara Jin, the mission was a chance to apply her botanical genius on a galactic scale, to turn theory into reality. For others, like Sergeant Hal Torn, it was a matter of pride, a demonstration of the military's role in protecting and enabling the Union's grandest ambitions. As the countdown began, Captain Voss addressed her team, her voice steady and clear. Today we embark on a journey not just of exploration, but of transformation. We go to ZR-359 not as conquerors, but as cultivators. Our mission is to prove that life can flourish, even in the harshest of environments, through unity, science, and perseverance. The engines roared to life, a powerful crescendo that marked the beginning of their odyssey. As the Perseverance lifted off, leaving the familiar skies of Reed behind, Captain Voss and her crew carried with them the hopes of the Doric Union. They were bound for ZR-359, ready to unlock the secrets of the desert world and, perhaps, to change the course of their civilization forever. In this moment of departure, the bustling capital of the Doric Union stood as a testament to what societies could achieve when they prioritized life and growth. And as the spacecraft disappeared into the velvet expanse of space, the story of the expedition's dawn was just beginning. The Perseverance touched down on ZR-359 with a soft thud, a gentle landing that belied the starkness of the world it arrived upon. The planet stretched out in endless waves of sand and rock, an ocean of desolation that seemed to swallow the horizon whole. As the hatch opened, Captain Aaron Voss was the first to set foot on the alien soil, her boots kicking up fine, reddish dust that hung in the air, a testament to the planet's arid heart. The crew gathered at the base of the ramp, their eyes wide with a mix of apprehension and wonder as they took in their new surroundings. The landscape was daunting, a tableau of barrenness that seemed untouched by the hand of time or life. Yet there was a stark beauty to it, in the way the sun's light played over the dunes, casting long shadows that danced like ghosts of long-forgotten rivers. Despite the initial shock of the barren landscape, the team's morale remained unbroken, bolstered by the camaraderie that had formed during their journey. They were a unit bound by a shared purpose, and the desolation before them only served to strengthen their resolve. The mission was about more than exploration. It was a challenge to breathe life into a world that had none. The agri-droids were deployed, their sleek forms gliding over the sand with purposeful grace. These drones, the pinnacle of the Doric Union's agricultural technology, were equipped with an array of tools designed to assess, adapt, and ultimately transform. They sampled the soil, analyzed the atmosphere, and mapped the terrain with precision, their findings relayed back to the crew in real time. Captain Voss and her team watched the data stream in, their attention fixed on the screens before them. The soil was poor, lacking in organic matter, and the atmosphere held barely a trace of moisture. Yet there was potential in the mineral compositions, a foundation upon which they could build. With the right combination of permaculture techniques and bioengineering, they could introduce life to this barren expanse. The focus now turned to the ancient art of permaculture, a practice that the Doric Union had elevated to new heights. Drawing on knowledge both old and new, they began to outline their plan. They would start with microorganisms, hardy pioneers capable of surviving in extreme conditions, to begin the process of soil regeneration. These microscopic life forms would lay the groundwork for more complex ecosystems, a slow but steady progression towards a living world. As they set about their tasks, the blend of high technology and ancient practices became a dance of creation. The agri-droids, guided by the team's expertise, began to alter the landscape in subtle ways, planting the seeds of future forests and rivers in the barren soil. It was a testament to the Doric Union's commitment to life, a commitment that stretched beyond their own borders to the farthest reaches of the galaxy. The day's work drew to a close, and the crew gathered to review their progress. The challenges were immense, but the sense of accomplishment was palpable. They had begun the monumental task of transforming ZR-359, a planet that had offered them nothing but sand and rock. Yet, in the data and the early changes wrought by their hands and drones, there was a promise of something more, a promise of life in a place where none had been thought possible. As night fell on ZR-359, the stars above shone with a clarity unmatched by those seen from Reed. The crew looked up at the celestial spectacle, reminded of the vastness of their task and the infinite possibilities that lay within it. In this moment of quiet reflection, the desolation that had greeted their arrival seemed a little less daunting, the emptiness a canvas upon which they would paint a masterpiece of life and growth. As the sun of ZR-359 climbed once again into the sky, casting its relentless gaze over the planet, the expedition team prepared for the next phase of their mission. The initial survey had revealed a range of mountains to the north, their peaks eroded by centuries of wind into haunting silhouettes against the horizon. These mountains, untouched and unexplored, held the promise of untold geological secrets, perhaps even the key to unlocking the desert world's potential for life. Captain Aaron Voss, her resolve as unyielding as the terrain they sought to conquer, led her crew towards the towering formations. The journey was arduous, the landscape unforgiving. The mountains rose from the desert like ancient guardians, their slopes steep and littered with sharp rocks that seemed to defy any attempt at ascent. Yet the team pressed on, their advanced gear and training allowing them to navigate the treacherous terrain. The military discipline instilled in them by their service in the Doric Union's forces melded seamlessly with their scientific pursuits. Each step was calculated, every move coordinated with the precision of a unit that had faced adversity together and emerged stronger for it. The harsh beauty of the desert world unfolded around them as they ascended. The sun's rays illuminated the mountains, revealing hues of red and orange that painted the landscape with the colors of fire. It was a sight that awed even the most seasoned among them, a reminder of the raw power of nature they sought to understand and, eventually, tame. As they neared the mountain's base, the team's sensors picked up an anomaly, a hint of moisture in the air that seemed out of place in the parched environment. Following the signal, they discovered the entrance to a cave system, hidden from view by the mountain's rugged facade. This discovery sent a ripple of excitement through the crew. Caves could mean shelter from the planet's harsh surface conditions, but more importantly, they could indicate the presence of underground aquifers. With careful precision, Captain Voss and her team prepared to enter the caves. The military aspect of their training was evident now more than ever, as they checked their equipment and secured the area. Lighting their way with powerful lamps affixed to their suits, they ventured into the darkness, the cool air within the cave a stark contrast to the heat outside. The cave system stretched deep beneath the mountain, its passages winding and complex. The walls bore the marks of water flow, patterns etched into the rock that told a story of a time when this world might have been very different. The possibility of finding water, even in small quantities, fueled their determination as they pressed deeper into the earth. Their journey through the cave was not just a quest for water, it was a test of their resolve and a testament to the integration of their diverse skills. Scientists and soldiers alike worked side by side, their efforts unified by a common goal. It was a delicate balance, blending the precision of military tactics with the curiosity and intuition that drove scientific discovery. As they explored the labyrinthine depths, the team encountered evidence of aquifers, signs that water might indeed flow beneath the surface of ZR 359. This revelation brought a new sense of hope, a belief that their mission could succeed in bringing life to this desolate world. Yet, for all the promise the caves held, there was an air of caution among the crew. The unknown lay ahead, and with it, challenges they had yet to face. But as they made their way back to the surface, the light of the setting sun greeting their return, they knew they had taken a significant step forward. The wind-worn mountains, once mere landmarks on the horizon, had become the site of a discovery that could change the fate of ZR 359. In the shadow of the mountains, as night fell and the stars once again claimed the sky, Captain Voss and her crew felt a renewed sense of purpose. The challenges ahead were many, but they had come prepared to face them, united by a vision of a world reborn. The following day, with the promise of uncovering underground aquifers spurring them on, Captain Erin Voss and her expedition team ventured once again into the shadowy depths of the cave system. The air within was charged with a palpable tension, an unspoken acknowledgement of the unknown dangers that lay in the heart of ZR 359. Little did they know, they were about to confront a legacy of the planet's ancient past. As they progressed deeper into the caves, the terrain grew increasingly treacherous. The passages narrowed, and the ground underfoot was littered with debris that crunched softly under their boots. Then, without warning, the silence was shattered. From the shadows emerged figures of metal and light, ancient alien droids, guardians of secrets long buried. These droids, sleek and formidable even after centuries of neglect, moved with a purpose that was unmistakably hostile. Their designs were unlike anything the crew had seen, a blend of technology and artistry that spoke of a civilization once capable of wonders. But now they were protectors of the deep, programmed to repel any who dared intrude upon their sanctum. The peaceful mission turned into a desperate battle for survival. Captain Voss and her team, though taken aback by the sudden attack, responded with the discipline and valor characteristic of the Doric Union's finest. The Space Marines, trained for combat in the most extreme conditions, unleashed a barrage of fire against the relentless machines. Their weapons, designed to neutralize threats with precision, sparked against the droids' armor, a testament to the advanced defensive capabilities of these ancient guardians. The caverns echoed with the sounds of battle, the air filled with the smell of scorched metal and the harsh light of energy weapons. Despite their advanced arsenal and tactics, the team found themselves outmatched. The droids, seemingly impervious to their attacks, advanced with chilling efficiency, their own weapons cutting swathes through the ranks of the expedition. Captain Voss, witnessing the toll the encounter was taking on her crew, made the difficult decision to order a retreat. It was a tactical move, born of necessity, but it weighed heavily on her heart. They were not merely leaving behind the possibility of discovering water, they were abandoning the dream of transforming ZR 359 into a world teeming with life. The retreat was grueling. The team maneuvered through the cave's twisting passages, the sounds of their pursuers a constant reminder of the danger snapping at their heels. Casualties mounted as they fought to keep the droids at bay, each loss a blow to their resolve and a somber reminder of the cost of underestimating the planet's ancient defenses. Emerging into the fading light of day, the survivors bore the scars of their encounter, both physical and emotional. The weight of their losses hung heavily in the air as they regrouped at the base camp. The mission, conceived in hope and determination, had met an unforeseen challenge that tested the very limits of their courage and strength. Captain Voss, her face a mask of resolve tempered by loss, surveyed the remaining members of her crew. They were battered, but not broken. The encounter with the ancient guardians had revealed the unpredictability of exploring uncharted worlds and the dangers of awakening relics of the past. As the sun set on ZR-359, casting long shadows over the desert, the team faced the daunting task of reporting their findings to Reed. They had ventured into the unknown, driven by a vision of a better future, only to confront the guardians of a forgotten age. The battle had been fierce, and the cost high, but in the face of adversity they remained undeterred. The dream of transforming ZR-359 would not die here. It would simply have to wait for another day, another approach, and perhaps a greater understanding of the ancient forces that guarded its secrets. The journey back to the Perseverance was marked by a somber silence, a stark contrast to the hopeful chatter that had accompanied the team's arrival on ZR-359. Captain Erin Voss led the way, her steps steady despite the heavy burden of command and loss. The faces of her crew, illuminated by the harsh light of the planet's setting sun, were etched with fatigue and sorrow for the comrades they had left behind in the depths of the wind-worn mountains. Upon reaching their landing craft, the survivors moved with mechanical efficiency, their training taking over in the face of emotional exhaustion. The Perseverance, once a symbol of their ambitious mission to seed life on a barren world, now stood as a refuge from the harsh reality of their failure. Captain Voss, her resolve as unwavering as ever, initiated the communication link to Reed. The transmission, sent across the vast distances of space, carried with it the weight of their experience, the data they had collected, and the grim request for reinforcements. It was a report filled with both scientific insight and stark warnings about the ancient guardians that protected ZR-359. As she spoke, her voice carried the dual tones of defeat and defiance. They had encountered forces beyond their understanding, ancient droids that guarded the planet with lethal efficiency. Yet, even in the face of this unforeseen adversity, the spirit of the Doric Union shone through. The mission was not a total loss. They had uncovered evidence of underground aquifers and the potential for life. The planet's secrets were now laid bare, a challenge issued to those who would follow in their footsteps. The crew gathered around Captain Voss as she concluded her transmission, their eyes reflecting a shared resilience. They had ventured into the unknown, faced the guardians of a forgotten world, and survived. The cost had been high, but in the crucible of their experience, they found a renewed sense of purpose. The story of their expedition to ZR-359 would be a cautionary tale, a reminder of the dangers that lay in the pursuit of knowledge and the transformation of desolate worlds. Yet it would also serve as a testament to the enduring spirit of the Doric Union, a civilization that looked to the stars, not as conquerors, but as cultivators, providers of the universe. As the Perseverance prepared for its journey back to Reed, the survivors stood at the threshold of the craft, looking out over the landscape of ZR-359 one last time. The desert world, with its secrets and guardians, would remain a part of them, a chapter in their lives marked by both tragedy and discovery. Captain Voss and her crew, battered but unbowed, carried with them the hope that one day, the desolation they had witnessed would give way to verdant fields and flowing rivers. They had faced the unknown and emerged with a deeper understanding of the risks and rewards of their mission. In the vastness of space, as the Perseverance made its way home, the resolve of the Doric Union remained unshaken. They were explorers, scientists, and soldiers, bound by a vision that stretched beyond the horizon to worlds waiting to be awakened. The journey to ZR-359 was but one step in their ongoing quest to bring life to the lifeless, a quest that would continue, driven by the indomitable human spirit and the unwavering determination to fulfill their role as the providers of the universe. On the planet Reed, within the grand halls of the monarchical republic's governing complex, a hushed anticipation filled the air. The leaders of the Doric Union, a blend of the reigning monarch and the elected representatives, had convened in the wake of the transmission from Captain Erin Voss and her crew. The report, detailing both the potential and perils encountered on ZR-359, lay at the center of the vast, ornately decorated table around which they were gathered. The reigning monarch, a figure of both wisdom and strength, stood at the head of the table, their gaze moving over the assembled representatives. The room, usually abuzz with the vibrant discourse of governance and diplomacy, was steeped in a somber reflection of the challenges and opportunities presented by the distant desert world. The expedition to ZR-359. The monarch began, their voice imbued with the gravity of the moment, has opened our eyes to a world of both danger and promise. The presence of ancient guardians, protecting secrets buried beneath its sands, poses a significant threat, not only to our explorers but to the vision we hold dear. A murmur of agreement rose from the representatives, a collective acknowledgement of the stakes involved. The report had stirred something within them, a recognition of the delicate balance between their aspirations and the realities of venturing into the unknown. "We stand at the threshold of a new era," continued the monarch, their words painting a picture of the future. "The transformation of ZR-359 represents not just the fulfillment of our duty as providers of the universe, but a testament to our resolve in the face of adversity. It is clear that we must prepare for a larger confrontation, one that will require the mobilization of both our military and scientific communities." The room resonated with the weight of the decision that lay before them. The representatives, each a voice for their constituents, understood the implications of a large-scale mobilization. It was a commitment of resources and lives, a step that could not be taken lightly. Yet the potential rewards, the transformation of ZR-359 into a thriving world, offered a compelling vision of the future. As the meeting drew to a close, plans were set into motion. The Doric Union, a civilization that prided itself on its ability to nurture life in the cosmos, was preparing to embark on one of its most ambitious endeavors. Scientists and strategists would work hand in hand, devising a plan to overcome the guardians of ZR-359 and unlock the planet's life-sustaining secrets. Outside the governing complex, the sun set over Reed, casting long shadows that stretched across the bustling capital. The citizens, unaware of the decisions being made on their behalf, continued their daily lives, a testament to the peaceful prosperity that the Doric Union sought to extend throughout the galaxy. Yet within the halls of power, the air was charged with a sense of impending action. The expedition's report had set the stage for a confrontation that would test the resolve and ingenuity of the Doric Union. As the representatives departed, their steps echoed through the grand corridors, a sound that seemed to herald the approaching storm. In the days and weeks to come, the eyes of Reed and its allied worlds would turn towards ZR-359, watching as the Doric Union prepared to face the ancient guardians of the desert world. It was a challenge that carried with it the promise of discovery and the peril of conflict, a pivotal moment in the ongoing saga of a civilization determined to be the providers of the universe. As the story of the expedition to ZR-359 was woven into the fabric of the Doric Union's history, it became a beacon of hope and a reminder of the courage required to venture into the unknown. The stage was set for a larger confrontation, one that would unfold in the chapters yet to be written in the vast and wondrous tapestry of the galaxy. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you did, please be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Feel free to check out either of the videos linked here as well.